Okay, so as a founder of the member of Funeral Service Association, can you speak a little bit about it?
This association, how we started it, first of all, we were targeting, because we didn't want to incorporate other people who are not in the funeral industry. We started with the employees who are working in the mortuary. That's how we wanted, because already I knew the vision where we wanted to go to. So we said, so that these people should not be suppressed by the players in the business industry, let's first of all target the people who are working. And we used to have so many people, a lot of morticians who are joining this association as the pioneers. And so many people, believe me or not, the certificates we have been issuing to the people who are participating, or the morticians, made them to get permanent and pension employment.
Yes.
So we started from somewhere through seminars and conferences. We are the first people in the history of Kenya, not even in Kenya, in Africa, to bring experts from United States to come and lecture and show people practical skills of how to do embalming and restorative. And this one I call somebody, Professor Dominic Asturino from United States. It's the one who came at Kenyatta National Hospital, whereby people now saw the qualified people who are working in the industry. And then from there, now we have been having experts from America, from Australia, from Britain, from South Africa. They've been merging like that. So from there, now as we moved along, now we incorporated other key players, not only the employees. Now we are bringing the owners to also join. Any person is the funeral, the people who are doing catering, the people in the casket, the people who are in the house services, we have them now on board. And we are surprised to tell you that initially we used to have around 150 members, but now our membership is 50. And you may wonder, why is it now low? We came to realize that we wanted qualified, competent, and people who are highly qualified to be in this industry. And majority of the people who are in this industry, they are highly educated, who have joined the association, because we didn't want to take a lot of joyriders. But we gave them window. Even when the people were coming from outside, they were telling them, at least studying mortuary science should not be the last step for you to do. At least do a degree or a certain course to help you to move on. Like me, I have a background in accounting, you see, but I went to do mortuary science. It's just nowadays, doing mortuary science is just like doing, you can remember when we were doing the computer packages, or you have done driving, but add it with something. That's how it should be. So if you go around the world, all these experts, you see them, either you'll find them, they have the master's degree or a degree in whatever, and then the course of a mortuary science is just like an added advantage for you to do.
So there's something you have said about when the formation of FUSAC. Now maybe nataka kuuliza, by that time because it was formed, you said in 1995, established in 1995. So kulikuwa na ile tabia ya government kupunish watu na mortuary those time, ile like ukipatikana una drive ukiwa mlevi.
We have been advocating for long about.
So you are forming to avoid such things?
No, we are not forming to avoid such things. We are forming to bring sanity in the industry and professionalize the industry. So that was the journey.
Okay. Hapa to bring sanity. Ebu hiyo by that time, unajua bado watu wajachanuka, si ndio? Hiyo bado wasi wengi wajafika kuchanuka. So which kind of uchafu ilikuwa kwa hii industry?
Okay. By that time there was this perception, and still it happens in other countries still, wale bado, and that's my duty now as an African Federation, the president. I'm now reaching to other African member countries, because I have to travel to other countries to bring that professionalism in other countries that still operate like that. There was this narration that for you to work in a mortuary, you must either be somebody who's alcoholic, or at least have had some mental challenges. That was narrative by then, when we didn't have this kind of, now we are bringing sanity. And then it was used as a punishment.
Oh.
Yeah, it will be used as a demotion area. And if you go to any mortuary setups here in Kenya, you'll find them. The mortuaries are always strategic places. You find they are put at the far end. It's like you are throwing. It's like a dumping area. Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
But that's how the mortuary looks like. That's the structure. Because even when people are doing the drawings or coming up with the structure of a hospital, you find that mortuary is not incorporated. It's something that thought of as afterthought, as like a holding area. And that's why you find if you go to so many public mortuaries, public hospitals, you find mortuary is something like it was being thrown somewhere far end. That's how it is. But now, since now we are giving the new names like funeral home parlor, then it should come to light.
The lovely names.
The darkness, it should be removed from the darkness, be brought to light.
The light, when the light goes out. Sure. So there's something bado umesema. Nimekusikiza hapo kidogo. What you said, you said that your member was around 100. And it
150,
is 150 members in FUSAC. But it has reduced
to 50. Exactly.
So which criteria did you choose to eliminate the jokers?
We didn't eliminate. It's only that you see, when you start something, you must have a vision and a mission. And secondly, you must see other countries, what are they doing? Like me, I can say that working with Live Funeral Home, funeral services, I've traveled far and wide, and I've seen how I'm highly exposed on this industry, and seen the kind of competence and qualification how these people are doing. Go to other countries, even like in South Africa, see the level of membership. There are over thousands. But see the level of people who are in that membership. Go to other countries like in British. So to me, what I said, it's better you have few people who are aligned to the vision of where you want to go. But now, luckily, the people who are now studying mortuary science, these are the people now to grow the numbers of where we want to go to. Because remember, in this industry, you may have people who have over 1,000 member people, but it's not a true representation of the industry.
Of the mission.
Look like, let me give you a scenario of like Kenya Medical Association. It doesn't talk about doctors, but it talks about medical. So anything to do with medical, you find they have a bigger presentation. Now, even us, when we go for, let's say if you are called as a stakeholders, we have a wider representation. Here you'll get an embalmer who is there. You'll get funeral directors who are there. You'll get coffin makers or casket makers. You'll get people who are doing the funeral catering. You'll get the people who are doing counseling. You'll get people who are architects in terms of designs or whatever. And even the house operators. So you find you cut across all these people contribute towards the funeral industry. And that's why we maintain the name of Funeral Services Association. Anything to do with funeral service. Even you, as a podcast, this is a funeral service. You're offering, because whatever you're trying to do, you are trying to bring some awareness, light, and also educating so many people. And I like what you have been doing with the podcast, going out, asking people questions. That is part of funeral service. But now, if you now say that we are narrow now membership to this, we shall lock you out. But we want to incorporate you, because whatever you're doing is part of funeral service.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's about the FUSAC.
Yes.
I want to let us jump to the President Foundation of Africa, the AFF. So talk about it kidogo pia.
Tueleze hapo. That I'll talk brief about it, because after having this FUSAC now, it's culminated into now coming up with the African Federation of Funeral Services. And what brought this thing was born, this federation was born, remember, in the Funeral Services Association of Kenya, have been highly recognized by the United States. In terms of, you can see this badge I'm putting up. This shows that I'm an international member. And I can show you that in this, my certificate, you see this certificate, or this is a certificate of membership. And you can see here, Olak Ezra Omondi, this certified that Olak Ezra Omondi is an international member of the National Funeral Directors and Morticians Association of Kenya, association. This is from United States. And also, due to the work that we have been doing, you find that you see, whereas Olak has a long served as president of FUSAC, and whereas they were to bring timely and thoughtful speakers to their annual conferences. So they recognize for the good work that we have been doing in the industry, and the commitment we had and the passion that we are doing. Second, this was awarded by the president. By then, the president was George Durban, the 68th national president.
68.
It's 68th. And then you see, I also get
certificate of complete.
This is of completion from Dominic Astorino. This it was given in 2020.
The embalming
education seminar. This was practical example. See that we did, and this Dominic Astorino was the professor of mortuary science, Wayne State University, and we did that. Secondly, let's show you the association here was recognized and appreciated by the American National Funeral Directors and Morticians Association of United States. And the Funeral Service Association was appreciated in recognition for a dedication commitment to the National Funeral Directors and Morticians Association, signed by the 69th president, that is Havel, Professor Havel. Yeah, you see, they use the term CFSP. So this is what the initial is Certified Funeral Services Practitioners.
Certified, okay.
That's now the level we have gone to. And also, I'll want to show you something here. This is now also a certificate of appreciation to me, Olak Ezra. So, in nutshell, what I want to tell you that even now the South America, the Australia, America, and Africa, they now recognize the good work we have been doing. And that's why I'm telling you, we are 50 members, but if you see the kind of work they are doing behind the scene, it's enormous. They're transforming the funeral industry. And through this is what made us now to found the African Federation, so that our voice can be heard across the globe. Because if you go like small pockets associations of different countries, you'll never be heard globally. So when we brought so that we wanted to bring connection and networking of other African countries. And I'm glad that I'm one of the people that have been at the center stage of connecting different African countries to have that voice. Anything that happens in Kenya or in Malawi, be it in Libya, in any African country, I'm always the first contact person to be contacted. To be asked, I want a contact from DRC or from Rwanda. How do you connect us? So I'm playing a very critical role in the African Federation. And they said I be fit, even though I had the founding president also. It's called Dr. Gomba from Zimbabwe. And now he stepped down and left it for me. He said that now you can move this federation to the next level. And that's what you're doing. Normally, sometimes we are based in South Africa and here in Kenya. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe kuna swali tunatauliza.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe there's a member ambaye ako like maybe hajaisikia kuhusu the FUSAC, AAFF. Na angesema ningependa kujoin. Which criteria do you should
Okay. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Na watu wengi wameniuliza mbona we are not seeing you in the social media.
Yeah.
You see,
because speaking of that, at your seminar, ilikuwa last year, and I was like interested, na nikajaribu.
No.
Nakumbuka nikikusumbua kidogo.
You see, what we did, so many people have been asking that question. As we adhere to the code of ethics and the professional good conduct of the funeral industry, we don't need to put much advertisements for people to aware. Who are our targeted audience? As an association, our targeted audience are the people in the funeral industry, and we already know them. We already know them, the people in the funeral industry. So we don't need to do much advertisement about, because let's say if I'm going to hold a seminar or a workshop, I'll contact you as Elias. I don't need to contact another person who is doing mechanics or other things, because he's not interested in that thing. And then secondly, not everybody likes to hear the word talking about death. So we are also trying to be very sensitive on that other area, so that we respect other people's religion and traditions. You know, some people are so calculated, are into so much religion that they don't want to speak about that death, whatever. So we are very sensitive. We are trying to balance, but that one doesn't mean that we don't have so many people who come to our conventions. There are so many people who come across the world. Since we have been holding it, and this is going to be this year we're going to do our 13th annual. You see, it has been progressing and it's been having large numbers people attending.
Will I be invited this one?
Come definitely. So that you interact with the experts.
And you lead the traveling party. So speaking all about that, I want us to jump to this one, the main one, which is you are currently the funeral director at Lee. And I want to speak to the director, you now, not the president. So the president umeingia kizungu mingi. Now you are going to forgive me when it comes to director, because I want to be, ndo tuweze kuelewa. Kuna watu ambao wajui director wa funeral home. Huyu ni nani huyu sasa huyu? So what is the work of?
Unajua, people should not confuse funeral director as the owner. Unajua kuna managing director.
Kuna managing director.
Owners of the company.
Kabisa.
But now the good terminology. So now everybody is turning the name hata hizi public mortuary. Wanaanza kuzita funeral parlors, funeral homes. Unaona?
Yes.
But still unapata ukienda kwa employees bado wanatumia jina za mortuary attendant and whatever. So whenever you come with certain name, the name should align with the ile jina umeipatia. So funeral directors, like most of the people working at Leaf Funeral Home, majority of them they're like funeral directors. They're not morticians per se. Though mortician and funeral director want to mean the same, but unajua funeral director mostly their work is directing. Funeral directing. Mtu amekuja pale, a bereaved person, amefiwa. The moment you start making the first call with the person, the bereaved, already you are starting the funeral directing. That's the terminology. Funeral director, just funeral director.
So you can be mortuary attendant.
Yes.
You change from mortuary attendant to mortician.
Yes.
From mortician to funeral director.
From funeral director, you can now become an embalmer.
You
know, you specialize. You see now mortician is like a general term now. Just like a doctor. You see, you have doctors. But now there's a pathologist, there's whatever, the other oncologist. You hear about those things.
Oncology.
So mortician is just like a general term. So you specialize branch, go to funeral directing, become a funeral director, or become an embalmer, or become a restorative artist, or become a thanatician or thanatology, the same way like grief counselor, or you become a cosmetology. You see, in the funeral, that's how it branches.
So the main work yako ya funeral directing, you don't now deal with mambo ya embalming?
No, I don't do with embalming. I don't deal. No, I'm telling you, no. You see, our courses should be aligned such a way by people have career paths. Huh? Not everybody who wants to work in the funeral industry wants to become an embalmer.
Kabisa.